History has marked this date as one of the most memorable and sad days in modern society. It marked the start of what would be a 20-year war in Afghanistan, as well as consequences that are still felt throughout today. Yet, for a strange reason, it seems as if the big portion of society has forgotten about this tragic event. But who is it really that we have to blame? Is it society? Well, some of it, yes. What happened? Well, a lot of things happened in this past 20 years. Let me explain. It's been already more than 20 years since that fateful event, yet you only hear about it as we get closer to the anniversary date. And to be frank, it's not a subject that most people talk about nowadays. In 20 years, everything changes, from politics to social movements to generations that were born after this event, and we're not witness of what happened that day. With the amount of technology that is available right now on your phone, you would imagine that this will still be a relevant topic. However, it's not. You can't blame someone that was born in 2002 of not being self-conscious of events that occurred in the past. However, we cannot turn a blind eye to the censorship that society has given to this topic. It is sometimes spoken of September 11 for the United States as being the Pearl Harbor of the 21st century, a surprise attack with a similar magnitude that its shockwaves resounded upon all the decades to come after it. It is in fact understood that the events caused a great movement of hatred and reject towards the Muslim culture, yet we can't blame this event on a culture as it was a radical movement that led this. And if you talk about younger generations looking for this subject, it has to be out of their own interest. You don't get to see younger generations talking about this subject anymore. Mostly, the young ones that know about it is because their own parents told them of the events that they eyewitnessed that day. We cannot for sure blame everything on the information of what's available and what's not. But what we can blame, it's the news media. There has been a censorship throughout this 20 years. I find it hard to believe that a lot of footage that we saw live that day is hard to get by firsthand. For example, if you Google falling man, you can browse through the story of a single event of a person jumping from the Twin Towers. He wasn't the only one. Dozens upon dozens of people jump out of the Twin Towers. We saw it live. Yet it's footage that's hard to find unless we really dig the internet. Why censor the images of that event? Why ignore what happened? On a personal note, a lot of it has to be with the human rights movement we see nowadays, where only one train of thought prevails in which love stands above else. Yet the same ones wouldn't dare to say that if they had seen the events firsthand as we did back then. Once again, who is to blame, as many of them were born after the facts or were too young to remember anything? All I am saying is that the government, education institutions, and the media have all done a really poor job in refreshing the minds of the younger generations and reminding them that society as a whole, regardless of the country, culture, religion, are to be cared and loved, and have them avoid all the events we had to go at the start of the century. Not only with September 11, but also with many attacks that happened in the United States and in Europe in the years to come. It would be more deemable of the event to say, thanks for remembering what happened back then by watching this video and honoring the memory of the fallen ones. If you would like to see more similar content, you can check my channel for more videos. Thank you again. We'll see you next time.